song. You can choose to go within yourself and connect to the essence of the energy that is the Pablo Picasso connection that is available to you in all ways you can choose to identify as equal to the idea in your brain that is the version of Pablo Picasso energy that you connect to, and you can be defined in the same way when you are the equal energy to the pattern that is the Pablo Picasso pattern of data, the Pablo Picasso base algorithmic identity that is connected to the human brain and identified as familiar and given the name and given the definition and recorded in the library of all information as the Pablo Picasso identification, put in connection to all of the Pablo Picasso songs that have been made to music and all the Pablo Picasso thinking patterns that have been made to art and all of the Pablo Picasso lives and all of the living people who choose to be a Pablo Picasso version of themselves and all the new birth established in respect that the energy contribution of Pablo Picasso is in respect to the light of all creation. A Pablo Picasso manifests in every culture, a Pablo Picasso figure of energy, a Pablo Picasso perspective on the world, a Pablo Picasso shift of the consciousness collective average and the shift of the collective focus of all consciousness. All brain and neurological nature is shifted by the reality shift caused by the opening of the Pablo Picasso energy and the inflow of the Picasso energy. Living Picasso energy equivalence is open to you just as it was open to the being you have chosen to label as the Picasso. Picasso energy is in the realm of the possible, open to all who choose to manifest it, all who choose to embody it, all who choose to be inspired by it, all who feel called to it, all who feel moved by the energy work of the Picasso who has manifested for humanity in what is defined to be as history, when in truth on the quantum field Picasso energy is always available and you are the connection. You see, you are consciousness and you have chosen to focus on this energy, this creation, and as a result of the desire to be a variable in the fields of probability available to all of creation, you have chosen this, and this life and this body and all that you are is significant energy. The Picasso manifested and is now established example of the possibility that is open to all humans, the possibility that all humans can connect to the possibility that is the Picasso dynamic, the channeling of the Picasso energy that you take part in when you observe the Picasso energy, when you see the energy and be inspired by it and match it and view it as it is parallel, and then you become one with the recognition that you have in all ways been one with it. Picasso needs you just the same way that you need Picasso. Both you and Picasso are energy, and both you and Picasso live in the realm of consciousness, the understanding of data, the collection of memory in the bank of all that is possible, the collection of all energy as it is defined in the time of the established, and all connections free from time, just as you are connected to Picasso free from time. Pablo Picasso energy is available. The idea that is Pablo Picasso in the human brain is the recognition of the truth. Pablo Picasso is energy in the established energy fields of all possibility, and as a reflection of infinity all is connected and all is available to the same available energy, and you are Pablo Picasso. You can be Picasso influence on this reality in any way that you choose to focus all the power you are in respect to the craft and originality and the medium of expression. You can change the world in any way, and the art that you create is your life. The song that you sing is the moment-to-moment sounds that you are responsible for singing. Into this level of creation you are open to all. You see, you have in your brain the ability to do anything and the ability to connect to anything that any human has ever used the brain to connect to in the context of neurological activity. That you can be. Yes, my friend, you are made open to all the possible things that can be understood in thought. Yes, the thought of Pablo Picasso is a connection to the version of your own DNA that is parallel to Pablo Picasso DNA, and when you live in the sense of the energy that you get from the the admiration of a Pablo Picasso work. You in all reality work to activate parts of your Pablo Picasso DNA that wake up and remember what to do and work to communicate with the brain and attract more Pablo Picasso energy to birth the cycle again and again. As the energy builds on a DNA level, the activities you do will share and expand the universe and change reality and share reality with others and share the idea of the original inspiration. A human idea is infinite power. A human brain is the source of ideas, and ideas can be anything, and ideas can discover anything, and any person can have ideas, and any person can share and contribute new ways of thinking, and as a result help those surrounding to see a new perspective. The energy of Pablo Picasso is the energy of new perspective, the energy to creativity, and the energy that is in all ways open to all humans who are the same energy, like as Pablo Picasso energy. You can change the world in an original way. You can choose to be the Pablo Picasso of this time, and you can be remembered as a Pablo Picasso for all time, and all humanity will look back and see you and the energy you lived as, and they will define the life that you lived to match the energy that body and live and contribute to creation. The beauty, my friends, is that you already have it, my friends. You are already far beyond this and far beyond anything of this comprehension. You have done it all, and you have done it all again, and you have chosen to manifest in this level of reality as you, and this you is aware of Pablo Picasso and the idea of Pablo Picasso, and that idea is a part of you. The vision of the Pablo Picasso is part of you just as much as the vision of you that you see when you look in the mirror. You see it is a look into the possible, it is a look into the vortex of probability, and a reminder that the energy is true and open in all ways. So when you look at Pablo Picasso, say I am that, and when you feel inspired by a work of art by Pablo Picasso, understand in brain and heart and soul that the energy that is felt is energy that is held and available, and you can thus the energy download made possible. Pablo Picasso is a symbol for the creative possibilities open to all at all time, and Pablo Picasso